Good morning, everyone. Welcome to High Vibe Mornings with me, your host, Kelly Lunt. Love to come live Monday through Friday just to come channel a fresh message from spirit to help you get into a high vibe happy state, help you hear what your next step is, and actually help you take your next step so you can move forward in life and make progression instead of staying stuck and stagnant. And lastly, I love helping you build a plan that you enjoy along your way to get to your end goal. So I do this by coming live every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time for free for 30 minutes. After the 30-minute mark, I do request a donation, a super chat, a Venmo, an encouraged amount of $20 if you want to ensure that you get a personal reading that day after the 30-minute mark. But again, you could always come back the following day in the free portion. So I always start the shows with a general message from spirit. So say hello if you're coming on live, or leave a comment if you watch it afterwards just to let me know you're here. After the general, and that so those of you who can't join live, you can at least come on and hear a personal message from spirit just for you. But for those of you who are able to join live, I then dive into some free mini readings. So almost without further ado, let me do a quick tag on Facebook, and then we will get started. And I do want to let you guys know right now, I have power hours available if you want to get on a live call with Spirit. And I also have recorded videos available. So those of you who just want to get your growth in the quiet of your own time, I have that available as well. And again, I'm just tagging everyone over here on Facebook. All right, let us get this started. Let us see what the daily message is today. It's about opening up. It's about opening up and embracing the new. That's all it is. Many of you have just had a moment in time. Some people call it a hot stove moment where you manifested something only to discover that it wasn't enjoyable. Maybe felt bad. Maybe had some ramifications and consequences that you were unaware of. So there's just a little bit of a tentativeness to expand and to experience something new. So it's always law of attraction is always about being right where you're at. I accept that I feel tentative to embrace new and it sucks because I want something new, but I feel afraid to go towards it. What I do, and then so law of attraction is accepting where you're at, and then what can you find like about it, a positive thought, or at least something in alignment about it. Well, the fact that I'm tentative just implies that I love myself and I like loving myself. It implies that I want to protect myself. It implies that I want good things for myself. I do just want to feel good. That's what this is all about for me. So I completely get and understand and accept that I have a little bit of tentativeness within me because I love myself, want to protect myself. And that's beautiful. That's a great thing. I do want more for myself. I want more love. I want more feelings of safety, of comfort, of security. And I'm ready to feel good in my body and I'm ready to potentially be open to embracing new. See how in the beginning you weren't open to it at all and now you could at least hear that thought? That's a sign of alignment. That's a sign that you're on the right track. I'm ready to embrace new. I'm ready to embrace new. It can be easeful to expand into this new state of being. Maybe now as I expand into and manifest this new, I'm going to embrace that I have a default strong vibration within me that I'm going to feel comfortable, smooth, and safe in the expansion. That's a comforting, soothing thought. I like knowing that I have that as a very active vibration within me. It sucks that I had to go through what I had to go through to get these vibrations active within me. But now that they're active, I'm going to embrace them and really like them. I'm ready. I'm ready to embrace who I really am. And who I am is someone who wants to expand to allow in new. So I'm just ready to embrace this with a little bit more eagerness and enthusiasm, knowing full well that I'm going to be safe in the unfoldment of this journey. Ooh, and with that, we invite questions, comments, personal reads from people. Yo, Antoinette made it. Leona made it. How are you guys doing? I feel like today is Monday. I don't know what to say. It's Tuesday though. Let's see over here. Who do we have on? Ray, is that you over there on Instagram? It's just a busy day. So, how's everyone doing with the general message, the embracing new, well, opening in new? And do you guys have any personal questions? Any mini readings that you would like? Hey, Vero. How are you? You missed the general message, but I'm doing free mini reads. How's your I forgot what it's called, sustainability business going? I think you were focused on that at the last workshop you were at. What's new? What's your question? I'm almost feeling called to do tarot for you. What are you busy with, Leona? Hey, Margie. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Does no one just want a little mini personal reading? I heard it. I'm opening to the new. Okay. Okay. Oh, you did hear it. Oh, Facebook kind of it said there were 0 viewers. Ray, how's your soccer team doing? Antoinette, why does your energy I'm gonna put the word sad to it. Just feel the sadness, Antoinette. Good. Thanks for asking. Oh, good. I'm glad your team's doing well. That's good. Do you want a card, Ray? Yeah, no, Antoinette, why does your energy feel so sad? Is not do you guys just want me to keep going with the general? No one's asking a question. I'm absolutely fine with keep going with the general. Yeah, there's something what feel oh, are you not sad? I want a general for what you just said. I'm all right, Ray. I'm doing good. I started a new workout routine yesterday. I want a general for what you just said. All right, I guess. Spirit, I put my foot in my mouth. What does Antoinette need to hear? Well, Antoinette, she was picking up on your human level sadness. Your spirit and your energy is rising. Alignment, goals, thinking about the future, that's all rising and doing well. It's the sadness that you know a season is over. Do you want to talk about that with us now, or do you want us to wait till Thursday on our call? It's, you know, it's over. You're not accepting it. You're not admitting it. And you're trying to milk the last little bit of juicy goodness out of it. Anytime you're trying to, let me see how much more I can enjoy this, when you get that exhilaration feeling to it, there tends to be underlying sadness that someone's not willing to feel. Does that make more sense, Antoinette? I guess I did put my foot in my mouth. Sometimes I can feel what people feel before they're even aware of it. I need to get better at like not saying it. Is there anything you need, Vero or Margie? This is the quietest. I agree. I'm sad it's over. So this is where that's what the general was about, like accepting where you're at. Because guys, how that works, that vibrational list, 1 through 22, 7 and up on that emotional guidance list means you're in. Oh, I see this question now. What do you see for me in career? Well, okay, I see your question now. Let me go ahead and finish answering this one though. 1 through 22, if you're 7 or up on that emotional guidance list, and you can just Google that, guys, you're in alignment, and that's when you're in the flow. That's when good things are coming to you. Um, so when people are 8 or below, you're just low vibe, high vibe. And sometimes people can get caught up in don't think that negative thought that keeps it out. Law of attraction is not about that at all. Law of attraction is what's your starting point and where do you want to go? Just like Google Maps, you got to have the starting point in there. I feel sad and hopeless that I'll ever get a long-term partner in. Starting point, and I know I'd like one. Now you've got your endpoint. Universe, show me how to expand into the vibration of being in an amazing relationship and partnership. And now you're on your way. And so, how you do that is by accepting where you're at. Because when you accept where you're at, I feel sad, I feel disappointed, I feel fear. I understand why I have all those there. It's okay that all of those are there. Vera, it might be something like, sustainability business is already a reality, but it's kind of slow right now. I have an event coming up. People have asked. Some people have already signed up, but we're still wondering what's going on. Okay, so for Vera, it might look like I want to do more consulting in the sustainability business, and I feel frustrated that it hasn't picked up quicker. Since frustration is technically a low vibe, as long as you go, and I accept that I feel this frustration because I get it. It just means that I feel impatient to get out there and start helping more people. I am eager to be helping more people. So I'm going to embrace this impatience, frustration, and allow myself to move forward. For I know it's over, but what I'm hung up on is what do I do? Do I just say it's over? Oh, interesting. Let me finish this last little bit and then I'll answer that. Um, as long as you can go, it's okay for me to feel this way and still manifest. You're self accepting where you're at, and self accepting is vibe number 7, contentment. So it like all your low vibes get pulled up to vibe 7 because it's like your energy wraps around the low vibes and goes, I love and embrace that you're there. You're part of the human experience. And I now get the experience of what it feels like to feel frustrated, to feel sad, to feel disappointed, and still get success in. This is going to be quite the exhilarating, fun journey because somehow those lower vibes are going to be brought up into higher vibe, and I'm still going to get what I want. Okay. So I know it's over, but what I'm hung up on is what do I do? Do I just say it's over? So that's really up to you. There's been some, when the person is like, I don't know, like toxic or negative or like harmful to my well being, it's like, yo, it's over. Or maybe more words. It depends how, if you spent a lot of time with them, be more compassionate, be more considerate, let that, just give the news gently. Um, if it's not like toxic or any of that, then why not just allow yourself to feel, I'm sad that I can tell that it's over and I'm bored. And then when they text, are you, because this is what we're working on in our one-on-one work right now. Do you feel that like impulse, that exhilaration of I've got to reply? Then you go, oh, wait a second, that's force energy. Yeah, it's not toxic at all, but I just sometimes people watch replays and they take the advice and they go, "But what if they're abusive?" And I'm so I just start with that. And I used to be there in my life when people would give advice for relationships, and it was like that doesn't help people, who've been abused. I shouldn't mock it because I was there. I'm not mocking it, guys. But I just wanted to like highlight it that advice was not specific for you. It's not that guy wasn't toxic at all. Um, but it's when you feel that like that, oh, I've got to respond, recognize that that's that force energy and go, oh. That's that force energy. I'm just forcing myself to treat relationships like a task list and just to get it done, get it off my plate. And I'm going to recognize that force and just sink back into it. And I'm going to become aware. I'm ready to become aware of the actual emotions behind this. And I might be, oh, I'm sad that that's what he texted me, or oh, I'm disappointed that's what he texted me, or this is really starting to feel boring. Because when you can tap into those and it's like, this does feel boring. Oh, that lets me know, because that's what contrast always does. Like, oh, it feels boring. Oh, I'm ready for new. And I like it's over, Antoinette, but you can heavily classify what you want that to be and like tap into it once a month, maybe once every other month. Like you can let that just become a light touch. So it doesn't have to be like a, it's over. It can be like they'll probably pick up the vibes. But if they don't pick up the vibes, I feel like it could probably be a gentle like, hey, like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to make bowling club like this Saturday. I've got some things coming up, so I'm gonna be a little bit busier than usual. But I do hope we stay in touch as time permits and time allows. You know what I mean? Like a little kind of gentle. Okay, and then I gotta go over here to Facebook to answer these questions. Vero and Margie, are you both still here? I feel like Margie's will be a quicker one if she's still here. But so answer the last little bit for you is more. I feel like you're gonna start picking up the energy in your life to allow in new. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would be surprised if you're not like at a whole new vibrational set point. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we've worked together as long as we have, and we've got to see all these changes. And like, I can't wait for this 2 to 3 weeks. Um, I want to see what happens for you in 2 to 3 weeks. It's gonna pick up in energy and pace for you. So Margie, are you still here? And then I'll go to Vero. I assume Vero's still here. Sustainability going on. Spirit said we should focus on foreigners for this service and this time. Spirit, like I channeled this for you, or someone else channeled this for you? Focus on foreigners for the service, and this time we don't have any foreigners, despite marketing was focused on them. I'm confused. Interesting. Vero. Okay, I'm going to focus on Margie, but Vero, is that something I channeled for you? I'm curious. Sorry, I don't remember everything that I channel. Um, but I want to know that foreigner. Okay, so Margie, should I channel for Margie? Margie wants to know. Well, Spirit, Margie was asking what we see for her career. Obviously, I also want to call forth the information that she needs to hear to get an alignment on her career, what she needs to hear to get it in the direction she wants it to go, make all the money she wants to make. Ooh, do you guys want to talk to her? No, pull tarot. Tap into her energy, give her an emotional read of her energy, and then pull tarot cards. Well, you're not satisfied. You're dissatisfied. There's a little bit of a hope, pray, and see. How I would word this, Margie, is a little bit of maybe they'll see how hard I've been working and then they'll give me X. But what I get from it, it's more of a for whatever next career step you want, you're gonna have to be the one to make it happen. And the best kind of analogy that I can give you, and Antoinette, I'm still scanning the comments if you want to write anything about what was said to you. Margie, the best kind of analogy that I can get to you is going from that hourly worker to manager is a leap, right? It's not like they wait and see and look for the Karina made it. Hi, Karina. It's not like vice presidents and CEOs don't look for like the best behaved employee to then promote to manager and here, let me train you, right? The employee who's being proactive and looking around and hey, okay, here's a good story. There was a guy with 2 sons, and they both worked at the lumber mill. One was paid 5 extra dollars an hour. When the father found out, he went down to the lumber mill. It was like, "What's going on? Why are you taking advantage of one of my sons?" And he went, "Oh, just sit here 30 minutes. I'll show you what to keep your eye on, and you'll see why." A truckload of timber came in. He called the son that was paid less and said, "Hey, would you please go help Go take care of that load of lumber." The guy goes out there, unloads the lumber, sorts it into the appropriate piles, walks back in and says, "Hey, we unloaded the truck. I sorted it. I'm going to go back to cutting wood." The next truck comes in, and this time the owner calls the other son in. The other son goes, "Okay, I'll go take a look at it." And he goes to the truck. He only unloads like half the truck. When he comes back in, the owner was like, "You only unloaded half the truck?" And he went, "Ah, that's because," and it took the second son longer to do this work, by the way. The other son just got it off the truck really fast. He like was the rule follower, right? The second son though took longer, came back and he's like, "You only loaded a half the truck. It took you longer. What's going on?" He went, "Oh, it's because I actually unloaded all the oak because we have a big oak order for that new apartment building being built. So I wanted to get those out because that would be something that we could do accounts payable on today. We could ship it out today and get paid today for the wood because they needed that urgently. And the other wood was, I don't know wood that well. The other wood was maple trees. And there's actually a new house being built down the road. They came by a week ago asking for maple. I went ahead and called them. That's why it took longer, asking them if they still needed maple. And they said yes, but they said they wanted the whole trees. They didn't want it cut. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it on the truck. I called around and I figured out that like the pricing for whole maple trees is about this much, but I wanted to check with you first before I called the client back of is this pricing okay with you? So do you see how one just followed the rules, the hourly, here's what I'm paid to do, here's what I'm doing. Um and the second one was a little more proactive, a little bit more, "Hey, I'm paying attention to the customers who are coming in, what they need, our inventory. Hey, I've got some already sent to be sold and money in today." Yeah, so it's not just sometimes when you manifest, guys, it's literally like the next thing, right? So manifesting a date is easier than manifesting a relationship. Ooh, well, when you word it that way, ooh, I heard that. Right. I could sit and go, universe, show me what it feels like to be on a date, and poof, a date would probably would pop in pretty quickly because that's a one-time thing that you're manifesting, right? But sometimes when you're not ready for it, what you're manifesting is the unfolding journey. It means you're becoming the type of person who's a wife, the type of person who's in a committed relationship. So what you're manifesting is the unfolding journey. I'm typically the latter of the two sons. Okay, so something happened that threw you off a little bit and made you want to play it safe. So that's okay. That's okay. And that's what the general, I don't know if you heard the general message, Margie, but that's what the general message was about. You might really like re-listening to it to get the energy. Because a lot of times when you channel spirit for people, it's energy. I'm so glad Karina made it. Karina, it made my day yesterday when you said, "No question, you're just tuning in for the vibes." I was like, yes, that's what High Vibe Morning's all about. And Vero, I am going to come back to you, okay? Yeah, I'm going to do my appreciation journaling later today. And guys, how you get into receptive mode of your desires. Step one, you do the ask. Steps two, the universe delivers. Step three, you either receive the end goal or you receive the next step in the unfolding journey. Step four, you get so good receiving, life feels like ask, receive, ask, receive. Step five is what do you do when you experience vibrational contrast and process it, manage it in a way so you get right back into step one and step three and just keep receiving, right? So part of receiving, when you receive the end thing, like a date, it's like you just say yes and you show up, right? But when you're receiving the unfolding journey, the more that you can keep your focus on the signs of alignment, the signs of unfolding, the signs of expansion, you're going to receive faster. So for me, it's high vibe morning. People are like, I'm on the right track. Like my numbers aren't quite where I want them to be yet. So it's okay for me to feel like sad, disappointed, and even discouraged. But I'm already attracting to people who tune in just to listen. Because that's the point of the show, just to be something that, some people will play in the background just to get that juicy high vibe, that energy of alignment. Like that's going on my list. Okay, so Margie, back to you. So for your career, yeah, you got the bridge, and the bridge is that threshold. And it's kind of like what's holding you back is even though you feel a little bit of passion for this career growth that you want, you're at the bridge where you know, like, oh my God, but if I do this, I know I'm gonna have to go all in, right? Like, there was a friend I knew that they were just an hourly employee. Well, I don't say just because he did a good job and he was a hard worker, but he was an hourly employee. And he's like, well, I could go for like shift. I don't know if it's shift supervisor, shift leader. He's like, it'd be an extra $3 an hour. And I kind of looked at him and I went, well, do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna encourage you and celebrate you and cheer you on no matter what you choose. I will share though that like you're one of the happiest people I see at your work. Are one of the happiest people I see, and I could tell that you really enjoy your work. And just make sure you want those added responsibilities, right? Because there's a difference between like showing up and being a line worker and showing up and being responsible for the line workers. There's you got to motivate them, you got to encourage them, you got to schedule them, you got to what do you do if they call in sick? You got to do the paperwork, you got to do their reviews, right? So whatever this is, you know that like once you cross it, you're gonna have to like go all in, and, it's like you're just not prepared for that yet. So don't be sad and disappointed that your manifestation isn't here yet, because this is going to require a new version of you coming out. And the spirit guides are saying really loudly that you know how this transformation thing works. So you're just tentative of that. What I can tell you though is that when you're ready to go through this transformation, number one, I'm here for you if you want a more of a package or these free mini reads. Is there is going to be life is going to be a little bit more financially easeful, a little bit more luxury. You're going to look back fondly of the journey, and you're also going to look back fondly of the time before the journey. Like that was a good phase. I did have a phase of wanting less responsibility, and now I want a phase of wanting more responsibility. And it's going to be like good for friendship and companionship. Karina, looking ahead, expansion, rapid growth. Um, yeah, you. It's kind of like one of those when you're ready, go for it and do it. And it will be worth it. I'm just getting that you're not quite ready yet. Okay, so let me go on to Vero. I wrote a sticky note here on my desk as a reminder. I'm loving it here. Karina, I'm just thoroughly going to appreciate and enjoy that. And I'm going to appreciate that Antoinette carried the first half of the show, willing to be vulnerable. That was amazing. And okay, so Vero. All right, let me reread your comments. Let's focus on Vero now. Now, Spirit, what does she need to hear? Inner beings connect. Sustainability bills is already a reality, but it's kind of slow right now. I have an event coming up. People have asked. Some people have already signed up, but we're still wondering what's going on. Spirit said we should focus on foreigners for the service, and this time we don't have any foreigners, despite marketing was focused on them. I'm confused. Okay, so for anyone who wants something and you felt like it was divine guidance and you're not getting the results that you want, this answer is going to help you. Vero, you need to let go of the how. You need to let go of the who, well, what, when, where. And this is why Kelly did a YouTube video about why I stopped channeling spirit guides. And in it, she explained that spirit guides lie. And she then went on a journey, realized, oh, they don't necessarily lie, but sometimes they say what we need to hear in the exact moment. One example we could give you with, and with someone who's working with us up close and personal, is we told her something wasn't over because she wasn't ready to hear that. We waited a week. Kelly actually saw her in person, and then she was ready to hear that it was over. If our job is to move our human forward, and we know they're just about to take their next step, but if they get some news of something's over, and we know that it will cripple them and derail them, why would we tell them that right then in that moment? Anyone who's been around little children will understand. And that's how Kelly got her epiphany when she was hanging out with her friends' kids, and it was a 3-year-old, and the kid was going to start screaming, but Kelly knew the mom was downstairs and wanted mom to be able to sleep. And the kid knew it. It was like, I know if I scream, mom comes. And Kelly just looked at her and went, "You're seeing your mom after daycare." Little kid was, "Mom downstairs." Kelly just looked at her. She kept it within, didn't want the kid to pick up the energy. It was just, "Oh, silly little goose. You're gonna see your mom after daycare. The sooner we lie number 1, the sooner we get there, the sooner you'll see her." Motivation lie number 2, that little kid went, "Woo!" Started getting ready, brushing teeth. So, it's not that we lie, it's letting go of the how. Because right now, what you're needing, Vero, is you're needing inspiration. What you're manifesting is help me feel inspired. That will soon trickle into help me feel accomplishment. Activating the vibration of accomplishment, achievement, success, that's what you want to activate. I'm looking to be inspired, and you will be in a state of wanting inspiration. We gave you a here's a market that this could really, really help. Just as you saw Kelly go, "Oh, Karina," Kelly doesn't have 10, 20, 30, 40 people, 300 people on this live right now. Does she feel a little sad and disappointed? Yes, of course she does. But she's also noticing how it's in alignment. I have people who are just tuning in for the good high vibes. So that's where you go, "Oh, was that an idea I should act on, spirit? Or was that giving me inspiration that there's a market for this?" Because what's really going on, Vero, is you're really looking for belief that your line of path that you took was a good one. There's a little bit of fear of maybe I chose the wrong path. Universe, I need some inspiration. Okay, here's a market segment that could use your help. Activate the my work is valuable, my work is worthy of compensation, and I'm actually ready to start serving people. Because, kind of like the read we gave Margie right before you, there's a little bit of fear. If you go in there, become a sustainability consultant, what if the plan you made doesn't work out? Wasn't the top of the line, the top tier? Are you were proved wrong? Do you see those fears that are coming up for you? And they want to say a little bit more to you. I'm glad that read helped Margie. They had a little more they wanted to say to you, Vera. That was just a little bit. That's true. I'm on alignment, but you're right. I have these fears. Okay. Spirit, should I talk a little? Or just let you guys handle? Talk a little. Um, Vero, I don't you took the law of attraction manifesting course with me. Um, it's all about like look at that emotional guidance list, and I did mine today too. And I even combined EFT tapping as I was working up the emotional ladder. But I honestly thought because I'm feeling so good in life, I just did a new workout. I've been eating so healthy. I'm like, I'm, oh, excuse me, I'm in alignment, you know. And then what ended up happening when I looked at the list, I was expecting myself to be happy, excited to be working with clients, and I was like, oh, I feel frustrated. And then tears started streaming down my face, and I was like, even though I feel extremely frustrated and irritated that I let my business get to the state that it was in, I completely and wholly accept and love myself. Of course I feel frustrated. It is irritating that I was booming and popular and big, and now I'm wondering if I was a one-hit wonder. That's not a pleasant thought. That's not a good feeling thought. That's not a thought that I'd like. And I hate the fact that I'm not even in alignment to allow that to get higher vibe. I'm open to my inner being taking over and cleaning that up for me. I would like my focus to be on the things that I do enjoy about it. And then it was, oh, I like that Karina tuned in just to get the good vibes. And I really like that she wrote the comment yesterday saying that. She didn't have to say that, and she said it. I like that her inner being guided her to say that, and that one of my audience members was my step two. I like that. Does that make sense? Bethany. Oh my god, I don't know if I could call you today, but we should catch up, yeah? It's been a minute. I'm so glad you popped on. Bethany, I do these shows every day, 11 a.m. to 11:30 for free if you want a mini read. I do it Monday through Friday on my YouTube channel. Tuesdays, I pop into my group and bring it here. I'm so happy. I hope you're doing well. Your energy feels like you're doing well. Okay. So Vero, it's the point of like manifesting is you've got to do that like honestly every day until you're in a solid default expectation of success because that's when you're in step 4, ask, receive, ask, receive, ask, receive, right? So until you have the default expectation of I don't even care if only one person shows up. I know I'm getting my client. 100 people can show up until you have that default expectation. You want to do that vibe work every day. And listen to what I said in this whole show about yeah, Karina. I'm dead serious. Like, I wish I could heart your comment. I, yeah, that it meant the world to me, dude. Um, Bethany, I don't know if I have your current number. And I have it live on my Instagram. Can you just send me a text just in case? Or maybe what if you I don't know, we'll Facebook message or something, but it's just if you don't get a call from me or something, just know it's from that. Maybe I'll Facebook message you. But okay, I'm sorry, Margie, I'm gonna focus on you or Vera on you. It's that every day work yourself up and listen to what I said earlier in this today's episode. It's can you wrap contentment, which is self-acceptance, around the low vibes? I And until you no longer need to wrap the low vibes in, I accept that I feel this way, you got to do that vibe work every day. Once you don't need to do that, then it's, oh, I'm at peace with where I at. Okay, what's next, spirit? Definitely I'm getting good results, but as you mentioned, they're not the numbers I'd like to see. So I'm letting myself carried away by emotions. Okay, so you're just learning, you're just discovering and going on the journey of how to process disappointment right now. Disappointment and still receive and manifest. Okay, spirit, anything more you want to say to Vera? Yes, yes, yes. You need to let go of the how. There's just and typically when people really stranglehold the how, especially over the age of 35, it's because something really bad happened. And by bad, it's just something that knocked you out of alignment. And there were a lot of out of alignment thoughts. So it took a while to clean it up. For Kelly, it was a lot of deaths of the older members of her family. And it was, wait, who do I go to? And then there was a family fight with the remainder ones. And there were just too many emotions for her to process. Post that, she became very controlling. Even when she'd be in meditation with us and would say, open up. How would it feel to be helping 10 people a week? Kelly would open up for a second and then go, universe, I'm not talking about just 10 people showing up to my free things. I mean, I need 10 paying clients a week. Are you guys hearing me? That's the clamp. And then it's so how you get around that is I accept that that's where I'm at and I still expect to be guided for success. So you can still be guided on the success. The more you clean this up though, the more that both vibes will raise. And then Kelly went, okay, it sucks that they died. She was willing to go back and like that old thing and process those old emotions. Vero, you're not going to be in the type of energetic full alignment flow you want until you process that thing that happened. Um, and they're kind of saying that was it for today. So, guys, this was a wonderful show. Vero, I'm going to stay on to see your comments. I'm going to go ahead and end YouTube and Instagram. This was a wonderful show today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, and thank you, Bethany. I just saw it on my phone. Thank you for tuning in. Obviously, Antoinette, tons of appreciation for you for being vulnerable and carrying the first half of this show for this low attendance day. And Karina, clearly I've got nothing but love for you and your comments and tuning in. I hope you are getting some juicy, good, high vibes from this and sending some love. Thank you so much, guys. And hopefully I see you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.